What's up, guys? TCMuze. Let's get into some abstract hip hop. All right, we're doing some abstract hip hop. So for this, I chose to stick with two sound expansions from Native Instruments, Lo-Fi Glow and Faded Reels. Let's start with Faded Reels because that's where the drums are. Faded Reels, just really dope. Here, let's jump in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So Faded Reels is really versatile. Like, just has a lot of kits that I would go to. As you see, I'm scrolling down here. I just got a cluster of kits that I would use on a regular basis that's good for my, hip hop, soul, and jazz thing. All right, let's go ahead and get this drum program in. Like I said, we're doing it abstract. So the drum program is going to be a little abstract itself. We're just going to shift everything to the backbeat being the 4 instead of the 2 and 4. Gives us a little room to, play a little bit with that kick. All right, let's get into it. Before we get too far into it, let me tell you what I'm using. Like I said, we're using Faded Reels here, this alias switch kit. Also, let me show you my quantize right quick. Of course, we're at 16th notes, and as always, 75% strength and sensitivity. Hey man, if you made it this far, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Just as a quick side note, I'm going to want to side chain the rest of my instruments to the kick here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back, take that pattern and copy it down here to a signal path that I have already sent to a bus that I'm going to side chain everything to. So I'm just going to take it, get rid of the snare, and then only leave the kicks on the one that I want to be the sidechain signal. Next up, we have a clap that we're going to put in on the 4 just to help accent the backbeat. All right, let's get a little movement in, put in some hi-hats. Probably going to use a 16th note pattern, like a 1 EN, a 2 EN, a 3 EN, a 4 EN, just to, get it moving. Because right now it sounds a little slow, but once we get that hi-hat pattern in, it'll definitely move a little bit more. All right, let's get it in. One last thing we're going to do for these rhythmic elements, we're going to just put in a little perk hit just to give it a little accent. Take a listen. That's just going to throw some randomness into it, but also just help spice it up a little bit. All right, let's get into our first harmonic elements. And for that, I was using Lo-Fi Glow. And like I said, I thought I was going to use this for soul, but then I realized, no, this is definitely more for abstract hip hop, specifically tailored for it. Reminiscent of Flying Lotus doing his Yasuki. During that time frame, around that time frame where he was kind of really doing some abstract stuff, like he always does abstract stuff. But once I switched my mindset from soul to abstract, that's where this kit really flourished. So let's go ahead and program in some keys. Oh yeah, keep in mind that I'll put the chords up on the screen, but at the end of the video, after I play the demo, I'll break down the chords. All right, let's get it. All right, for those that wanted to know, that's the Salva preset in LoFi Glow. Now we're going to just go ahead and put some other embellishments in and surround this main instrument. We're going to put in a flute. And for that flute, we're using the crusty patch. We're going to do something simple here. We're just going to outline the chords that we already put in, but just do like a descending broken chord type of thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I played that in, but I think I may want it an octave higher just to get it out of the way of the main keys. Let's go ahead and move that up from C3 to C4. Let's see how that works. Yeah, I think I like it better there. We'll keep it up there. We're gonna also put something else up there in that higher register just to kind of tickle the ear. Gonna pulse it out. As always, that's something that I do. Let's see what we're gonna use for that. We're gonna use a synth, kind of like a short lead perky type synth called the Dirty Keypad. But it's just gonna be a little plucky, not perky, plucky. Just something to kind of tickle the top of the ear. In case we do like an A section, a B section, that'll be in there just as something else that you can kind of distinguish the two sections. Yeah, so we just got that in. That's like one note just to provide more rhythm in the top end, just to keep things interesting. The next thing that we're going to do is one of the fundamental things that we should have done already is put in some type of bass to hold down that low end. Let me show you what I'm using. We're using this back seat preset from LoFi Glow. Let's go ahead and try to get this in. We're just going to follow the chords, maybe do a little bit of a run up. Just when I say run up, I mean just like an embellishment, like a flourishment in between, holding down the root notes for the chords. Just gonna take a quick listen to it. I think one of these bass notes is just slightly off. Let's check it. Yeah, this one here, we're gonna move that one over, line it up. Cool, that fixed it. We're good to go. I think I want to put in another bass element, just like an 808 at the end of this like 3-note pattern that I put at the beginning where the chords change. Just to give it a little bit of extra boom, and just why not? It's abstract hip hop, right? All right, let's keep it moving. Yeah, there we go. We're using this bird sub. Again, at the end of the 3-note pattern, we're just gonna drop one in using the root note of the chords. Of course, I got to put in some sound effects. LoFi Glow comes equipped with a pretty good selection of sound effects. Let me show you which one we're going to use. It's called Just Noise. We're just going to drop it here right on the one, hold it for about 2 measures, and then we'll move on to the next instrument. All right, next thing I want to do is put in a little live instrumentation. I'm gonna grab my guitar and we're gonna put something in. Let me show you how I'm processing it. We're just using Guitar Rig. Pulled up one of their presets called So Near, So Far. Made a few tweaks and a few adjustments, and then it fit right in nicely. Let me go ahead and rock this. Cool. I think we got it. But taking a look at it, it looks like those first chords I put in are just a little light. So we're going to increase the volume on them. Nothing big. Just make sure that we get them as loud as we want. Yeah, let's take a look at this waveform. So as we look at this waveform, we can see that the first two are just a little low. So we'll use our scissor tool, cut that, and just make them a little bit louder, maybe a dB or two louder. There we go. Looks like we got 3 dB. Let me show you what I'm doing with this sidechain over here. As you can see, all of my instruments, all my harmonic instruments are bused to this TBSC, which just means this is to be sidechained. I have the sidechaining bus here, or the bus where everything's going to. And then, if you remember this from earlier, I had this kick sidechain. What I'm doing that is I'm making that the signal, and I'm sending that signal to the compressor that I have on the to be sidechained bus. So whenever the kick hits, it ducks the signal of everything else. Let's turn it on now. Let's see what we're working with. All right, I think I found a good level for where I wanted to release. As you can see, if you turn the release up too high, it definitely just clamps down and doesn't let go. So bringing this in at 0.07 seconds kind of gives it room to you feel it, but then it gets out of the way and everything returns. All right, let me go ahead, put a quick sequence together, and then I will play you the demo. And like I said, after the demo, we will be breaking down the chords to how I put these put the keys together. Give me a minute. All right, let's hear it out. Hey, so you made it to the end of the video. Appreciate you guys coming by. If you made it this far, do me a favor, drop a keyboard emoji down in the comments. All right, let's get into breaking down these chords. So like I said, we're kind of in the key of F major-ish, because the A minor 11 is definitely in the F major. The B flat major 9 with the sharp 11, that's also in F major. But then we use some parallel movement to go to this F sharp major. We're using the same chord, just in a different position. We're using an F sharp, major 9, sharp 11. That's what gives it, that sharp 11 gives it that awkward tension type feel. And then the last chord is the F, again, F major 9, sharp 11. So again, the chords are A minor 11, B flat, major 9, sharp 11, F sharp, major 9, sharp 11, and then F, major 9, sharp 11. I don't know, for some reason I'm having difficulty saying that sequence. But let me break down the chords, show you what it looks like. Like I said, first we're starting with that A minor 9. We're going to have an A in the root. For all of these, we're just playing one finger, left hand A in the root, or left hand root is in the left hand. All right, so for the A minor 9, we're starting with the A minor 9 in the root. And then we're starting on the 5th of that A minor 9 and doing an E, G, a D, excuse me, let me say that again. We're doing an E, a G, a B, and then a D. Next thing we do is to move up to that B flat, major 9, sharp 11. And what that's going to look like is we have the B flat in the root. We start on an F, an A, a C, and an E. So basically what that is we're going to do the 1st, the 5th, the 7th, the 2nd, and then the sharp 11, because the 11 would be this E flat. We're sharpening it and making it an E. Then what we're going to do is use some parallel movement, take the same chord and just move it over to this F sharp. So F sharp. Then we're going to have a C sharp, an F, a G sharp, and then a C. Then we're just going to slide that whole thing down a half step to get it on the F. So then we'll have the F as the root, the C as the 5th. Then we'll have the E, the G, and the B. So let's play it all out together, maybe 1 or 2 times around, and this is how it sounds. Appreciate you guys hanging out for the lesson after the session. If you have any further comments or want to, discuss it further, drop it down in the comments. Be happy to hear from you. And we out.